Hi, my name is Reva Seawalt, and I'd like to talk today about PTSD and the Sedona Method. Recently, I had a 3-day marathon of old PTSD memories coming up. Emotional memories, physical memories. There aren't any pictures in my case, they're just feelings, dread, certain feelings in the body, certain emotions. That I know from lots of old work on them that they're old memories from childhood. And I hadn't had a real onslaught for a number of years. And kapoo, 3 days. They were just overwhelming. So I don't know if any of you have had any trauma in your lives where you have memories that come up in your body, in your emotional body, spiritual body, mind, and throw you back into paralysis. For me, I just want to crawl into bed and put the covers over my head. So, fortunately, at this point in my life, my memories seem to come up when I've got a little time and space. Often after I've pushed real hard. And sometimes they come up in a 3-day, and sometimes they just come up in a little bit. But I recognize them, they're familiar. They're blah blahs, like I've talked in other times, in terms of the same thing gets repeated over and over and over. I understand that they're an energy field that I could release. And sometimes I can release it quickly and sometimes not so quickly. So if you ever have this happen, in therapy, we're taught to explore it, understand it, work through it, which I've done, and yet they still come up. Something new triggers them. I figured by a long time I'd be done by now, or something old just seems to trigger them. Any case, where I'm going with this is they can be released. You don't have to go into great detail. It's a sort of more in-depthful form of the blah blahs. Because they do go blah, 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 even while they paralyze me. So I've learned not to fight them, but to allow myself to get into bed and pull the covers up over my head. And sometimes that's enough. Sleep for X amount of times. Other times, I have to work at releasing them, not engaging, not believing them that they're true, not getting attached to them, not getting an aversion to them. By releasing the attachment and releasing the aversion. And by allowing them to move and allowing them to, my resistance to them to be here. And sometimes I just have to get up and go do something else for a while. And sometimes they're done and sometimes they're still there. Of course they're there because certain things happened in my childhood that were traumatic and I was not able to embrace them. I was not able to deal with what was there, either because we're too young or because it's too traumatic. So allowing yourself to feel it, feel the memory, to be able to go into it, not to do a PhD thesis research into it, but just allow it to be there. Allow your resistance to be there. It's sort of like releasing on physical ailments. The body's going to do what the body's going to do. We can just release our attachment or our aversion to what's happening in the pain or the discomfort in the body. PTSD is like an emotional, for me, an emotional with physical, quote-unquote, memory, energy field. And what I can do is release my push and pull with it. And just know that, okay, That's what we're apparently doing. And to have compassion for that child, that person who looks like me, who went through that experience of trauma. Could be medical, could be incest, could be abuse, could be any numbers. We all have it to some degree. So could you open to anything that's here right now around some experience in the earlier part of your life that's left its mark? And could you allow yourself just to open to it? And could you open to wanting to fix it, change it, make it go away, undo it, all the things that our mind wants to do with it? Could you open to that and allow that to be here? And could you welcome any sense that this experience of PTSD is personal, has to do with you or who you are? Sure feels that way. Could you welcome that? And what's here now? Could you welcome whatever it is, whether it's a pushing or a pulling, an aversion, an attachment, pain, an emotion. Just welcome all that. And welcoming and releasing with as much patience and compassion as possible. Using the Sedona Method, which you can, if you don't know already, you can pick up from my other videos or Hale's videos. The other thing is you release with that which is here. So often I'm in a child state when I have PTSD, and so I hold that child and allow that child to release, whatever age. Sometimes I am the child and I can't hold it, so I have something greater than I to hold me. So it is possible to live with those flashbacks. Always get help if you need it. But in those moments when you're just with yourself, try releasing, honoring all that you are and all that you've been through, honoring that which is happening, without trying to fix it or change it, but just being with it. Because fixing and trying to fix it and change it by releasing, guaranteed not to work. But just exploring and being with it as best you can, with compassion and love, which I send you my compassion and love. Thank you.